Hi, this is Jessica Frazier of GameZombie.tv. We're here with Clint, and we're looking at Far Cry 2. Can you tell us a little bit about the game?
Yeah, I mean, Far Cry 2, obviously sequel to Far Cry, the original, which gave players an experience they'd never had before. They took players somewhere they never thought they'd be able to go in a video game, and that was, for us, it was Africa. Go somewhere fully open that lets them go anywhere they want, lets them explore 50 square kilometers of open African terrain, play the game they want to play it. If they want to run in guns blazing, fully automatic weapons, rocket launchers, mortars, flamethrowers, all of that, they can do that. If they like to sneak around in the dark and, quietly take out targets without even being detected, hit their objectives and sneak away in the night, they can do that too.
Do you have any new weapons this time around?
Well, the game's completely different from Far Cry 1. I mean, Far Cry 1 was kind of like a linear Island of Dr. Moreau. I mean, it had big open levels, but I mean, they were still levels. For us, the game is completely different. It's more like Apocalypse Now in Africa. It's like Heart of Darkness. You've got one mission, and that's to hunt down and kill the Jackal. He's an arms dealer who's selling guns to both sides in this conflict.
Do you guys have co-op? And if you do, how is that?
Yeah, there's no co-op play. We built the engine completely from scratch in order to support the game, and one of the things we had to cut really early was co-op. We do have multiplayer, and we do have a level editor, meaning on PC or on 360 or on PS3, you'll be able to build your own levels, and on PS3 and Xbox 360 and PC as well, you'll be able to share them, rate them, and rank them online, or on the PlayStation Network or on Xbox Live as well.
All right, awesome. And what are some new features? I know that you have a night mode now. Is there anything else that's new?
There's so much stuff to talk about. Lots of stuff is new. I mean, one of the key things, though, that you've probably never seen before in a game is we have the buddy characters. You choose your avatar from one of 12 characters. The other 11 go on to populate the game world and the game story dynamically. They're characters that you unlock by rescuing them from whatever predicament they might be in, and then they become your friends. They're also there to bail you out if you go down in combat. Like, instead of having to reload the game, one of your buddies will come in, he'll pick you up off the ground, he'll drag you behind cover, he'll give you his sidearm, he'll kind of defend the area around you, give you a chance to get back on your feet and get back in the fight. To build an open world where you can go wherever you want, day or night, in 50 square kilometers, we needed to build an AI that's going to live in that world. None of it's scripted. We drop the AI in the world, they find places to eat, they find places to sleep. At night they move in from their long-range patrols and they start sleeping in the camps, they get themselves dinner. They have to socialize in order to not go crazy out in the bush, right? They'll play dice games with each other, they'll, make jokes and stuff.
And what feature do you like the best about this game?
I mean, one thing that's great, I mean, as soon as you think Africa, you start thinking well, what about a grass fire? So for us, it was like building the technology to support dynamic vegetation, dynamic grass, and fire.
GameZombie TV.
Hey, I'm Dave Klein of GameZombie.tv, and I'm here with Kyle, the LVP for Little Big Planet. Now, could you tell us about Little Big Planet?
Well, I mean, Little Big Planet is built upon 3 pillars of play, create, and share. The play component, it's a straightforward action platformer. You've got a very adorable character, Sackboy, that everybody can relate to, that you can customize. You're going to play through a bunch of platforming, physics-based levels. One of the unique aspects is we're also giving you Create, which is all of the tools that the developer used to make all of the levels. There's 50 plus on the disc. We're going to give you the same tools that we use to make the levels so you can make them yourself. So anything you see behind me, you can make. You can actually go through and you can make yourself and then publish it, which is the share component, online, which is just going to lead right back to playing people's shared levels to gain inspiration to create your own. And I think the snowball is going to really start rolling this fall.
Okay, now in the create mode of the game, what are some various versions of the game that you can create?
Well, you've got a tool that allows you to actually make almost any object. So you're going to choose a material and a shape, and you can drag and you can merge and you can build physics objects. You can make AI. We have meanies. We call the enemies are called meanies in the game. You can associate an AI with them just by giving them eyes. As soon as you put eyes on them, they're aware. They're aware of their surrounding. And then you can tell them, oh, I want this one to track, or this one's going to patrol. And it's all through this simple system. But you can also play with up to 4 players on one console or 4 consoles or any combination online, and then go out and try and race through the levels or compete. Assuming you make your level that is a competitive one where you actually have a start and a finish, there's going to be a score involved, and it's based on how fast you get through or how many bubbles you pick up, because bubbles are the currency of the game. So I can populate my levels of bubbles, people run through and they gather them. At the end of the level, you cross the finish line and your score is going to be posted online. If you put a scoreboard at the end of your level, you can post rankings and scoreboard and leaderboards online. we will have a full rating system, which is based on most downloads, most recent, the most popular, highest rated. You can search by friends. If I play through one of your levels and I really like it, at the end I can say, show me what else this guy's done. It's like being inside a child's imagination. Everything's just a little bit, it's real, but it's not quite. It's immersion. You absolutely get sucked into this game and you can't help but smile.
The goal is to get better ingredients to make better parts, and they do this by playing environmental challenges, helping people doing quests, and defeating enemy monsters. Ultimately, you want to make this bad, this awesome monster that you can defeat the evil Baron Marty, who was the 4th member of the Mad Science Alliance, who became corrupt with power and took over the Uncanny Valley and started meddling in everybody's lives. And as you can see, it's turn-based combat, so whether you're playing multiplayer against your friends or against an NPC, the actions are determined and then you watch it play out. But basically, each monster is built up of 5 parts. You have your head, your arms, your legs, and your torso. And there's 2 ways to win. Basically, you can either knock out just the torso, or you could go knock off all the other parts if you want to challenge. There's 156 different parts, and each part has 4 power levels, so that's a huge amount of combinations of monsters that you can make. And as you progress, it's really cool to make bigger and better parts. They have new animations, different kind of attack styles, so as you're progressing, you're seeing different things.